Hi, this is Nick from Volume 1, and the brand new Volume 1 podcast was made possible by Royal Credit Union, Chippewa Valley Eye Clinic, and DeborahBecker.com, offering State Farm Insurance.
Hey everybody, find a chair, find a couch, find a beanbag chair, and nestle in, because it's time for the Volume 1 podcast, baby. My name is Eric Christensen. Thanks for tuning in. We have a beautiful and star-studded show for you here today. But first, I want to introduce the producer of the pod, Nick MEYER. How are we doing, Nick?
Hello, Eric. I'm good. We had to make some adjustments this episode. We pulled back a little bit. We got people just all across this room. We are miles apart.
We're
at this
spread.
time.
I can't even.
Because maybe you heard about the pandemic. I don't know. So, yeah. But we're all set. I think we're going to do good. Everybody's safe.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it. We got a great show. We're spread out. We're sanitized. My knuckles have been so dry and so cracked from using all this hand sanitizer. But I'm lotioned up and we're ready to pod. Fantastic show for you here today, folks. Later on in the show, we got the prolific runner, the co-owner of Blue Ox Running in downtown Eau Claire, and the winner of the 2019 Eau Claire Marathon. Oh, man, we're talking about running, my expertise, my forte. We're talking about running with Adam Condit. Adam Condit is in the building. He's going to be on the program later. And
he brought his treadmill. He's already running on the treadmill.
Yeah, he's warming up. He's warming up.
It's ridiculous. The guy's obnoxious. I don't know.
He's already done 13 miles since he's gotten here. So we'll see if he can get to that full 26. But yeah, later Adam's going to play some games with us alongside our esteemed panelists, which, oh my God, look at that. They're here right now. I'm going to introduce them, two of the sweetest and most charming people I know. First on my left, she's one of the coolest people in the world. She's a retired French teacher from Eau Claire North High School. She's a forensics master. She works at the local store, which brightens my day every time she's in. And I didn't know this, but she's actually the starting power forward for the Milwaukee Bucks.
That's true.
Bonnie Knight is here.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here, Bonnie. Very excited.
Everybody's best friend.
Everybody's
That's
best
who Bonnie
friend.
is.
And on my far right, across the entire room, you might recognize him as his musical alter ego, Fresco Savage, whose debut single, Fine, featuring Yacht Daddy, is out now on all platforms. He's the former lead singer of The Millennium. He has a beautiful voice, which you can hear on his old podcast, Matt's House, and he's got a new podcast called Fresco Savage, live from the interdimensional bedroom. And this summer he found an ostrich egg and he cracked it open and ate it on Facebook Live.
Absolutely.
Please welcome Matt Hasenmueller.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Raise the roof, everybody.
Raise the roof. Thank you both for being here. How are we feeling? Feeling good?
Feeling great.
Awesome.
Feeling good, feeling light.
All right, let's get into it. So, it's November in Eau Claire. You know what that means. It's parking ticket season. Starting November 1st, alternate side parking rules are in effect in Eau Claire until May of 2021, 6 months out of the year, which means that the Eau Claire Police Department is just absolutely making it rain parking tickets right now all over the city. Get caught parking on the wrong side of the street and it costs you $30. It's kind of controversial because it's annoying having to move your car to the other side of the street, obviously, but we got to keep the streets plowed at the same time. So have you gotten a ticket yet, Bonnie?
Well, I used to live down in the 3rd Ward, so I have been on the team get the cars off the road for a while, but now I live out in the country, so I feel less strongly about it.
You've graduated.
I have, but I do have an idea.
Okay.
You're interested in incentivizing people to either not park on the streets or get off one side of the street or the other.
Right.
I think that we should enlist Zambonis.
Get some city Zambonis
Yeah, and
out
then
there.
we could set up skating rinks. Like, who wouldn't clear their road for skating rinks?
So just all the streets are skatable
yes.
at all times.
Well, no, alternate.
Oh, just one side of the street.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Or east-west streets and then north-south. And then I think you could have Zamboni races. And then when you're done with that, you could have snowplow races. I mean, the possibilities are
just
I think
huge machinery.
The city's
racing.
Zamboni budget would skyrocket. That would get expensive. You need more parking tickets to pay for those Zambonis.
I mean, there won't be any place to park if you close some of the streets, so people will resort to double parking anyway.
There are a lot of tickets just flying around. I feel like it's too much. There's got to be a better way. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, what was it last year in February? Was that crazy? Or
crazy
no,
month.
or 2 years ago, the
2019,
insane month, and they had
Insane.
something like 2,600 parking tickets.
Yes.
$60,000 worth of parking tickets.
I think
crazy.
That must buy a couple, at least two
Zambonis.
Zambonis. I
Well,
don't know.
that was a crazy February. I mean, I think it snowed 6 to 8 inches every 3 days. But I will say, as
Insane.
as probably Eau Claire's worst parker, and I've probably stimulated the budget so much with my tickets, I think I've had enough. I
Yeah.
think we need to figure out a better system.
Rise up.
Yeah.
That crazy month, they actually had tried to do something different. They tried to do the snow emergency thing like they do in
I like that
different cities.
idea. I just don't know why it didn't pay. I think
But
people
yeah,
didn't
that-
pay
you
attention.
know, I guess that was 10 times the average of tickets that they hand out that month, and it was because they tried this different thing. And they're like, "Well, that didn't work, so let's get back to the alternate side."
Sure.
But it's like you got to be vigilant for 6 months out of the year. It's crazy.
I think
It's like too
Biden
much.
said he's going to be forgiving all parking tickets.
Oh, that's great.
So, it'll be fine.
Just
Don't
so
worry
That's
about
true.
it.
I'm about to put a down payment on a mortgage.
See, that's economic stimulus.
Yeah, there it is.
Right there. Just forgive parking tickets.
But there's a bit of a divide there too. I feel like, people in Bonnie's situation out in the country, homeowners a lot of the time, they have driveways, heated garages. You can always tell the people with the heated garages.
Is there
We
some
see
sort
you.
of guilt trip
We see you.
attempt here? Yes.
I'm just
I
saying,
have a
recognize your privilege a little bit. My car has ice on it, 365, 24/7.
I'm right there with you, baby.
It has a little snow hat on it. And it's no fun.
It's
at
called
all.
character, gentlemen. Endure.
But maybe there's a way we can incentivize people to do park on the right side of the road without actually just handing out ticket after ticket. I mean, it's a pandemic. Do we need to punish people further? Maybe there's something more symbolic you can do, like a Smokey the Bear type character. I mean, he's purely symbolic. He doesn't cost anyone $30, and he actually helps prevent forest fires. So maybe there's something there.
Smokey the Zamboni.
I
Driver.
like what about Parky the Porcupine? And his phrase can be "Don't get poked"
Oh my gosh,
by like a ticket or something.
that is genius.
But really, I mean, this year, no one's supposed to be going anywhere. Just don't plow the streets. No one's supposed to leave their house, right?
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
incentivize staying home.
I like "Don't Plow the Streets."
not bad.
In high school, we used to drag a sled behind a '98 Honda Civic all around Altoona, and it was some of the most fun I've had.
That's so good. Winter recreation.
Yes, just breathing
get
in
into
exhaust
it.
fumes, just breathing. in.
Classic Wisconsin lifestyle.
It's a shake of the day shakedown in the Chippewa Valley, you guys. Unbelievable headline coming out of the Leader Telegram recently about the Big T's Saloon. You've been to Big T's, a dive bar in Eau Claire, and its owner
Killer
is
Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
That's the place.
the best in the valley. Its owner is now facing legal trouble after undercover special agents busted them. They're from the Wisconsin Department of Revenue, and they busted them for having a shake of the day bar dice game with almost $40,000 in the jackpot.
Shameful.
Just crazy.
I thought they were from
I mean,
like
it's
the
a lot of money.
ATF, wasn't it? More the ATF, or was it just the boring IRS agents?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was like this was like a CIA operation. It had to be.
It should, yeah, undercover agents at Big T's. I love it.
I mean,
you
that's
know?
wild.
It's certainly an interesting read. I implore you all to go check out that story because it's a weird thing that's happening. But I guess somebody went in and put $2,000 into the shake of the day. And then they later got kicked out of the bar for some reason. And then their friend reported the bar to the Department of Revenue, who then busted him. And now the owner's facing charges. But bar dice, I mean, is it really gambling? I mean, is it really illegal? It's everywhere.
I just want to say that if I had an extra $2,000 laying around, rather than put it into Big T's, shake-o the day.
Scratch-offs.
No, I would go to the local store, Volume 1
Oh, yeah,
World
yeah,
Headquarters, and I would buy T-shirts for everybody.
Yeah.
T-shirts on the house. You get a T-shirt. You get a T-shirt.
Yeah,
you guys get a
yeah,
T-shirt.
Oprah.
Everybody gets a
Yeah,
T-shirt.
you'd Oprah that too.
I mean, at this point, what constitutes gambling in a bar? Because I mean, there's
Yeah.
plenty. I mean,
right now,
we
you're
used-
just gambling with your life to even be in a bar.
well, when we
So-
used to do, I mean, there were cakewalks, silent raffles. Is that also gambling? I mean, if
Cakewalks? That's
Cake.
a thing in bars?
no, not bars, but church. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking establishments. I mean, I don't. A world without meat raffles is not a world that
I
want
want
to
to dance in.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you.
Yeah.
There is something that like religious organizations and like maybe like veterans groups and stuff are exempt from this illegal gambling thing, so they can do things like meat raffles and other other thing. I don't.
Can they do shake of the day?
Probably, yeah, probably. Or you could just call yourself a religious
I
organization.
mean, you haven't
Start a
lived
cult.
Hey, you spent time at Big T's.
I mean,
That is
It
a
is a
religious
religion.
experience.
I have been in there, and it was. I mean, I definitely felt like an outsider.
Well, in full disclosure, I should say they actually one time, since they won the best Bloody Mary.
Yeah, and they are.
Chippewa Valley,
I highly
They
recommend.
invited the entire Volume 1 staff to come down and all have. Did we all have Bloody Marys?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They made like 15 Bloody Marys
Yeah,
for us.
and so we should.
It's incredible.
That's a journalistic full disclosure we got to put out there.
They
because,
buttered you up.
yeah.
So I'm on Big T's
So
side
we're
here.
totally fine with that.
I am
shake of the day.
completely on Big T's side.
Oh, me
Pro
too.
gambling.
I don't think you've lived until you've had a Bloody Mary shake of the day at Big T's on a Sunday morning.
They do have, I guess they have some video gambling machines there too, and some sports betting machines. So they're really trying to throw it all at the wall to try and get people some money, I guess.
Hey,
They're just trying to help out their community.
It's called hashtag culture.
Well, it is. That's the thing. It's Wisconsin culture. And man, everybody needs
Totally
whatever
is.
they can to survive in a pandemic right now. These businesses, if they have to resort to illegal gambling to stay open, then I support them.
Yeah, hey, and if somebody
That's an official statement from Volume 1.
and maybe there's an essential worker that goes in and wins 40 grand. Like, that's kind of a heartwarming
I
story
wish
to me.
I would have known
That's a Hail
before they
Mary.
got busted.
A Hail
Sounds
Mary
great.
heartwarming story.
But man, either way, undercover agents going into Big T's and busting them for that sounds like a plot out of a season of Fargo. And I think I've said this before, and I'm going to say it many times on this podcast, I'm guessing, but they need to make a season of Fargo that is based in set in Eau Claire. There's plenty of stories. And somebody get me on the phone with FX.
I agree 100%. I even think a little bit north of here, like you go up to the lake cities up north, that's where like the Chicago mob used to
Yes.
hang
That's
out.
true.
Yeah,
Bootleggers.
Yeah.
Moonshine.
they probably are still up there actually.
We could become the new capital of illegal activity. in
There's a great
Wisconsin.
website that shows what it is today. Like there's a bait shop and it used to be a brothel. It's great. You just got to Google it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, if we could be the epicenter of crime, I think that would be cool. So get out there and do some crimes, Chippewa Valley. So in July, the Eau Claire Veterans Foundation raised this massive 40 by 80 foot American flag in Altoona by River Prairie. Have you seen this thing? How can you not?
It's huge.
Yeah,
You know
it's,
what?
It's
amazing.
very big.
I haven't seen it.
And he lives in Altoona.
I go to Altoona frequently. I work in Altoona.
Yeah.
And
He's from Altoona.
and I'm from
You
there.
haven't seen it?
I haven't seen. I must have like my eyes zoned in on the road or something.
I mean, they did take it down so as this giant American flag, basically the size of a basketball court, waving in River Prairie along the highway.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was taken down for a while, which made a lot of people upset. They thought that Altoona hates America, but really, they were just something like a cable broke or something. Which I'm glad a cable didn't break and the flag didn't go careening into Highway 53.
Well, it
Can
broke
you
because the
imagine?
flag's so big,
It's
it
so
broke the
big, yeah.
cable.
Yeah, of course. And they had to call in a flag repair specialist
There's only
to
one of
come and
those.
fix it.
There's only one
There's
of those.
one of those in the entire country. And so he's coming in to fix the flag, and then it's back. So Altoona doesn't hate America. In fact, Altoona loves America so much they have the biggest flag in the entire world. So I mean, why do you need a flag that big?
So my dad was a World War II veteran, and I am super patriotic. I own 31 flags,
Oh my
31
gosh.
No
American
way.
flags. Most of them are little, but I own 31 American flags. But it is
Just fun.
really big. It's like the size of a house. When you drive by, it is so huge that if I were in Spaceballs, the movie, I would say I was part of Operation
Ludicrous
Large.
Large. Ludicrous Large.
Ludicrous
Yes.
Large. Yes. Ludicrous Large.
Man, you guys
Great
are
film.
on one today.
Yeah.
We're on it.
You
We're
guys
on
should just host this instead of me. And Nick.
I've known Bonni my entire musical career. I
That
found out
is
one of my
true.
first shows was the North High Talent
That's
Show.
true.
Yes.
I was the director, producer, manager, everythinger of that show, and I've known him since he was a
Amazing.
sophomore in high school.
Yeah, River Prairie is a bit
Fantastic.
weird to me because when I was in high school in Altoona, where I grew up,
Yeah.
every Earth Day we would clean up the River Prairie Nature Reserve.
Yeah.
That then they swiftly bulldozed a
just
year after I
Prairie.
graduated.
That's now the Woodman's Nature Preserve.
Nice.
So I'm going to say you're welcome for carrying out all those washers and dryers
Yeah.
and tires for the development team.
Gosh, yeah, they really came in.
There's some back pay owed.
Yeah.
Used to
there.
be a real prairie.
Yeah.
I will say one thing about the giant flag, and sometimes I see small flags, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I see the flag. But this one, I was on the on-ramp, and I really had a moment with this thing. I was like, it is enormous, and it is billowing so beautifully right now.
And it is stirring. It is stirring.
I was like, I'm proud to be an American.
Call Chris Cruzy.
The sound of the cars deafened. Your vision got tunneled. So you just had a moment.
And then I drove into Quick Trip on accident.
Yeah, and you got some Bosco sticks with the marinara. What's more American than that?
Yeah, of course. All right, that'll do it for the panel segment. I want to thank my guests again so much for coming. Matt, do you have anything to plug?
Everything Fresco Savage. That is my hip hop alter ego. I tried to come as Fresco Savage today, but they wouldn't let me. They thought I'd tear down the studio. But I have a new podcast called Fresco Savage, live from the interdimensional bedroom. It's me and my upcoming hip hop sensation friend Wannabe. We talk about weird things like time travel. We also talk about current events and conspiracies and all the weird stuff you talk about late at night. So if you like the shirt, you'll like the podcast.
And you like animals.
And the hip hop tunes are good too. And I got a record coming out this winter.
Amazing. Bonnie, do you have anything to plug?
Just wine.
Just wine. Bonnie's throwing her plug to wine.
I'm here for that. Wine is good.
Yeah, let's get
Like, how am I going to get through the winter without it?
To quote Chris Cruzy, wine is good. Wine is good.
Is that
boxes and boxes and boxes of wine?
Oh, fantastic. Thank you guys again so much for being here. They're going to leave for now, but you'll both be back later to play some games with us, all about Chippewa Valley stuff. It's going to be goofy. So stay tuned, folks. We're going to be right back talking with Adam Condit. All right, Nick, we've got a sponsor to tell folks about, Deborah Becker of State Farm Insurance, at deborahbecker.com.
Yeah, okay, a little insider info here. When we decided to create this podcast, the very first business we wanted to check with for sponsorship was Deborah Becker from State Farm. And that's because she is always up for the new, the experimental, and anything that she thinks is good for the people of Eau Claire and the Chippewa Valley. And she has supported so much stuff from Volume 1 over the years, new publications and community events, videos, really just all kinds of different things.
Absolutely. And, it's not just Volume 1 either. I mean, it's the entire community. I mean, they're pumping money into community projects like the Boyd Park Plus, the Sculpture Tour, concerts, art installations, just so much stuff that the entire community can share.
Yeah, it's cool. And that's the thing, because to some degree, to people like us, we're just lay people. Insurance is insurance. We don't know the difference. So
I don't.
Sometimes you pick your people based on who shares your values in a community, who do you think's making some cool things happen. And for us, for that Volume 1 anyway, that's Deborah Becker with State Farm.
And it's pretty cool to work with the people that are sponsoring the podcast.
Totally. Deb and Casey there at State Farm, they have their office right downtown, right on Barstow Street. They have everything insured that Volume 1 does, and in my life for a bunch of years. And really, they're just approachable, available, understandable, and above all, they're just decent human beings.
And that helps.
It does help. So if you need insurance-y things, please consider visiting deborahbecker.com.
Welcome back to the Volume 1 podcast, folks, where we are absolutely cooking. Thanks again to Matt and Bonnie for the first segment. They'll be back in a bit. But first, Nick and I are very, very excited to welcome our featured guest today. He's a runner, a coach, a dad, and an entrepreneur. He's the co-owner of Blue Ox Running in downtown Eau Claire, along with his wife, Alicia, where they've built up and brought together a huge community of riders in the valley on
runners,
streets.
Not riders.
Did I say riders?
Yeah.
Maybe riders too, whatever.
I'm riding too much and not running enough, I guess. They've brought together a huge community of runners in the valley on the streets and on social media. And like so many small businesses have had to work through this difficult year and figure out how to make it all work. So we want to talk about all of that. Please welcome Adam Condit.
Yes.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, here I am. All right.
From social media.
Yeah.
From social media? You're the guy from social media?
I don't know. Am I? Am I that guy?
So, yeah, you and I are coming from different worlds here a little bit.
That's no
I've gotta
problem.
say, I'm not a runner at all. I've thought about going for a run every day for the last 15 years, and I haven't done it yet. So.
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you keep yourself inspired?
Oh, gosh.
It's probably easy at this point.
Yeah, I
Automatic.
mean, at a certain point, like a lot of folks ask, like, how do you run every day? How do you run this far? It just becomes kind of like brushing your teeth. It's kind of a lifestyle. I started running when I was in middle school, hated it, like literally was looking at the curb that I was running on. Which curb am I going to break my ankle on intentionally?
Oh, no.
So I don't have to be on this stupid track team anymore. I'm not kidding. Like it was a grind to kind of get over the hump of enjoying it. It took about 2-3 years. And then high school, it really clicked, and I enjoyed it. I liked the team atmosphere, and I just kept going from there.
So since the school days, I mean, give us the story of you guys. I mean, you guys and your family have been here a few years now, and you went to school here before.
Yeah.
But it really seems like the community has kind of rallied around the store, and you really had a strong vision for that place and that community when you came in. So how did you guys get to that? Why did you come back and open it in Eau Claire? What's the whole story there?
Yeah, I'll give you the quick story is Alicia and I both met at UW Eau Claire, run across country and track. Absolutely love the community here. I've had family roots in Eau Claire for a while, but was really growing up in La Crosse. Got married, stuck around Eau Claire for a little bit, but then ended up, my first job out of grad school was in the DC area. So that's where I took my first job in engineering, and Alicia started working at the local running store there. And that's a different market. It's DC, it's bigger. There's a lot of different stores. There's a lot of different events there. Big city feel, a lot of commuting. So we looked at getting back to the Midwest once we started having our first kid, and ended up in Iowa. And just everywhere that we moved, we kind of plugged into that local running scene. It had a local family-owned running store, and we got a good look at kind of the behind the scenes, some of what the owners do, and really wanted that for ourselves sometime in our life. We thought that might be, later when we're retired, maybe an empty nesting project or something like that. But the more we looked at coming back to Wisconsin, Eau Claire was jumping off the map at us. We kept seeing, as we're away from Eau Claire for 10 years, we kept seeing that Eau Claire marathon build and build and build. We kept seeing the community, kind of grow, all of the RCU building, and now Jamf, and now the Phoenix Park, and then everything's just spreading out from that development. You have all of the biking trails, the running trails. So we started knocking on doors and looking around and seeing, is this going to be able to go like now, not later? So it was a good year of fact finding and doing some market research and being mentored by other running store owners that had done it before we really picked Eau Claire.
Why did you why the name Blue Ox Running? I just wanted to bring this up quick because there's a lot of other ox places here in town. There's a Blue Ox Music Festival. There's Blue Boxer Arts right down the street from you. There's the Oxbow Hotel where we are right now, the Oxford Theater.
So here, I'm gonna jump in because I didn't know you were gonna ask that.
Yes,
I came up with it just now.
Well, because I was the jerk that emailed him.
First email from Nick Meyer.
I did listen. I cannot believe you asked this. I was not gonna ask it because before he even came here, I emailed him and I said everything you just said.
Yep.
And I said, "Are you sure you want to call it this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sure." Yep. And like, just to know and everything. And now it's like,
I didn't even know that.
Perfect. It was a
right.
And it was an insult for me to
no.
send that email.
No. Well, first of all, let me address a couple things. Yeah. So
this is us trying to make up from that
on the spot.
It's all been leading up to this moment right here to clear the air. No. So like Alicia and I were thinking about what are we going to name the store? I mean, that's a big deal. You start off with your branding, and once you launch, like unless you're going to do a relaunch, 10 years later, this is what you're doing.
Right on.
Right? So we're thinking, we're actually driving up to the Birkenbeiner. Alicia's going to cross-country ski with her family this one year, and we're passing through Eau Claire, and we're like, we don't want to just name it the Eau Claire Running Company. We don't want to name it this and this. That's a little bit more generic that a lot of stores do. We had some good ideas, but we thought back to one of our favorite restaurants, and it was just called Black Sheep. And it just made sense. In Cedar Rapids, Black Sheep, everyone knew that was a good restaurant. Everyone went there. Black Sheep was a great restaurant, and it just made sense. And so I'm thinking, we just went into Carson Park. You've got the logging museum. You've got a rich history of logging here in Eau Claire. It is a tie to Babe the Blue Ox with Paul Bunyan. And we do answer that question all the time in the store. Even folks that live in Eau Claire, they know about Babe the Blue Ox. They know about the Carson Park thing. They know about lumberjacking. But then it just clicks Blue Ox.
Yeah, amazing.
So the first time we put it out there, it kind of clicked for us. And then we caught wind of everything that's still here. That's Oxbow and everything that you just said.
Oxford Theater, Oxbow Hotel.
Oxbow
and then
Villas.
next door, the Blue Box Arts.
So when we get people coming...
Art Box Salon was
Art
next
Box,
to it.
Oh, yeah. When we get people coming in looking for yarn, we're pretty sure we can just send them across the street.
They probably get the same thing. They get people coming in looking for shoes and gear.
No, so that was the deal, and it's stuck ever since. We have our original logo, our original name, and we don't want to change it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for clearing the air.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on. This is Judge Judy now, apparently, and I'm Judy. So you've placed in the best social media presence category in our best of poll.
Yes.
A lot. You use social media a lot for your business, which is great. You have great content on there, like kind of off the wall stuff sometimes, some weird stuff. I like it. So what role does that play in your business? Building and making connections with people here.
Right. I mean, I think the community building part of it, aside from social media, just building community in general is the silver bullet that all small businesses need to take a hold of, especially retail business like ours that has a high presence online, obviously. So building community, like we're here for the community, and the sales and the retail comes along with that. So the social media part of it is really fun. I had no idea that it would be so much of a backbone to how we communicate with the community as it does. I mean, it's something that you just kind of want to do as a side project, as something that you want to put out there. That we have a Blue Ox Running herd online, but it really is kind of the backbone of how we communicate. It's not just this add-on and then we've got all these other tools. Social media is our tool to follow on with what we're doing, our events, and really bringing people together.
Well, speaking of bringing people together, I mean, obviously, how has the pandemic affected the communal nature of the running scene this year? Obviously, the marathon has had its struggles. There was a couple virtual versions of that. A lot of people need that social boost aspect to kind of keep running and to stay active with it, to be motivated and accountable. I mean, so being outside is safer. You can do it at some level, but how has it worked? Is that still, has the scene adapted to that?
Yes. I think we're all figuring out what kind of, not the new permanent normal is, but what's kind of normal, or what are we doing for this year? Different parts of the year have changed how we do our group run. We shut the whole group run down when obviously it was that March, April timeframe. The group run has only met outside since June, and then we're actually shutting it down now again as the numbers increase. And as we gather together, it's not just about running together. We often do special events where we do, reps come in from different gear companies and they want people to try new things before they buy it. Or we'll have like a special, strength building program after the run one week. And with the temperatures going down and us not bringing people inside, we're not going to do that when it's 10 degrees out. And we're also not going to do it with the numbers of COVID going up. So we move online, we do some virtual stuff, and it really is kind of the main reason that people will come to a group run. I mean, you can run by yourself 7 days a week, but a lot of folks are looking for accountability and community.
That's what you need. Totally. You need accountability. You need a support group to get you out there.
And we're here for you.
I'll try.
We're online 24/7.
But hey, I want to talk about your running cred, your credentials here for a little bit. But first, the hardships of that. In 2018.
Yes.
Eau Claire Marathon, you had an abysmal failure.
That's right.
Out of nearly 500 runners, you came in second. Pathetic.
Yes.
I'm sorry. But then, just like in the movies, you dug deep, you found the fire, and you came back in 2019 and you won the whole thing. Congratulations on that. Who knows what could have happened in 2020?
Yeah.
Maybe you'd have finished before everybody else even started. I don't know.
Well, this is the nice thing about the pandemic, if I can put it that way. My own little selfish piece, I basically get a 2-year reigning champion out of one race.
Yes.
That's right.
Amazing.
But does that, so with winning the marathon and placing well in so many races and having the store and being kind of a leader in that sort of scene, what's the vibe on that with the rest of the team? Does it put a target on your back when you're in a race, or does everybody cheer for you? Are you hated or loved, Adam?
Yeah. One of my crowning moments of running the 2019 Eau Claire Marathon was not crossing the finish line first, but was having Pat Touton, the director, one of the directors, tell everybody to moo as I was running up the Carson Hill. So when I'm
like
finishing,
because of the ox move.
Yeah, that's kind of our whole deal. Like we call our group the herd. We have multiple oxen, and I don't know how you say it with plural, but we're the herd. We moo before our group runs. It's kind of our thing. So they mooed before the race, and then they mooed me home, and that was infinitely infinitely more valuable
I
than,
bet.
than winning
That's
any
like
race.
like I got goosebumps right now. Damn it, I'm gonna run the marathon,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get mooed. I'm gonna become
We'll race. We'll see.
just
who does
for the
better.
goosebumps.
If you do have a Blue Ox singlet on, people will moo at you. We encourage that.
Oh,
People
nice,
will like
okay.
literally do the horns and moo you
Wow.
along.
Nice.
It's not clapping anymore.
That's loyalty, man. That's nice.
That's right.
You know, you're obviously, you're passionate and talented about the running stuff, and what else is there? I mean, what you got a whole family here. What do you and the fam do to kick back?
Yeah, there's a lot more to my day and my week
Yeah.
and my identity than the running thing. Sure. So I'm a dad of three little monsters at home. Alicia and I have been married for coming up on 15 years here.
Wow, congrats.
So we just love Eau Claire. We love kind of where we're at. We're in a good spot where we can zoom downtown to our job. We can get out to Lowe's Creek. We can run on the city trails. We can get out on the country roads. I'm really enjoying settling into our third year being back here. And then the pandemic hits, right? We're always kind of on our toes.
Yeah.
It really did feel like, so the ages of our kids are, 10, 8, and 6. So when we opened the store, that would have been about the same time that we would have maybe had another kid. So we often joke like the store is our fourth kid, It comes with all the same stress, all the same joy, all the same sleepless nights in some ways. Not quite as much joy. Those kids are way better than the
Not
store.
quite.
But then now, 3 years after that, it's kind of like, okay, well, what's the other big change? And it's COVID.
Yeah.
It's a crazy 2020. It's keeping us on our toes just as soon as we get kind of settled in. This is the year where all three of our kids are at the same school.
Yeah.
So we've had fall 2020 circled on our calendar. That's like, oh
man.
yeah, like we'll drop the kids
It
off.
was going to be great.
But at the same time, nothing that's valuable and worthy in our lives doesn't come without like that kind of push and that kind of grind. Like you want to have a good marriage, you push through, and it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have a fun family. It's a lot of work.
And that third year is also like a big turning point for businesses usually,
Yes.
too. And now we got holiday shopping is upon us. I'm sure that impacts you in some sort of way, as it does so many retailers and restaurants and stuff right now. Obviously, Volume 1, we just did this effort around the buy local thing that we always do. But this year, it's like, hey, you can really make your spending matter this year and keep some people afloat. I mean, it's critical to support that stuff this year more than ever. I mean, how has your store and family felt that impact of the pandemic business-wise this year? And I mean, what do you think this means for small local retailers, this moment that we're in?
Yeah. There's some, obviously the shock and how jarring it was that shutdowns happened so quickly, and just the news of COVID was coming through in that February timeframe was jarring, and it was difficult, and it wasn't like great. Sales went way down those first couple months, but what it's done, and I think it does this in other industries too, this isn't just small business or retail, it's forced us to see what needed to be combed through anyway. Like, what changes are we making now that are going to stick? What changes are we making now that's a Band-Aid and that we need to get through this weird time? And that's been helpful for us. Our online store, our e-commerce has gone to a place that we haven't had it before. And it also ties into our local brick and mortar store. So I was actually just on a call this morning about what we're going to do for the next year and what we're going to do for our run club and bring community in. And you're going to be able to download an app and all this stuff. It's made me do that at a time that I might not have otherwise.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ways that everybody that does come out the other side, and hopefully it's everybody in a small community like this, we need everybody to make it. But it's training people to be stronger, faster, whether they're, a restaurant or retail or whatever else. But some of them are not going to make it too. And that's kind of the thrust of our this Make It Matter and the Buy Local campaign thing, is just like, hey, you might lose your favorite shop, if you don't support it. And that's true for you and the herd and everybody there too. Yeah. So I hope it comes through well this season.
We just got through the whole election season, but one thing that people don't think about is you vote with your dollars every day.
Yeah.
You kind of like show what's valuable to you with your wallet, with your calendar, and how you invest your time and your money.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll wrap it up for the interview. Are you down to come back and play some games?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm ready.
We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with Adam, and Matt and Bonni will be back. We'll play some games. It's going to be a lot of fun, so stick around. Nick, look, you have glasses. I have glasses. So many people in the world have glasses. And you got to take care of your eyes. I mean, how are you going to see the beauty of the world And so where in the valley are you going to take care of your eyes best but the Chippewa Valley Eye Clinic?
Right. As you might recall, they suffered a fire to their Eau Claire facility last fall, and I happened to drive by shortly after that, and it was a mess. It was really too bad. But they have since relocated to temporary facilities on Oak Ridge Drive, and that's back behind the new Marshfield Hospital. They plan to build at their original Damon Street location in the meantime. And so despite all this, Chippewa Valley Eye Clinic continues to offer amazing eye care to the Chippewa Valley. And Eric, I think you have the list of everything that they do.
I do. Let's see. Routine exams for glasses and contacts, cataract surgery, treatment for glaucoma, macular degeneration, eyelid drooping, LASIK, and more.
And I think they also recently added a couple of new doctors.
Yes, an ophthalmologist, Dr. Spencer Morton, and an optometrist, Dr. Abigail Ritchie. And you can call their office at 715-834-8471 to schedule your appointment.
That is Chippewa Valley Eye Clinic. Seeing the future.
Welcome back to the Volume 1 podcast. It is game time, y'all. Our panelists, Bonni and Matt, have graciously returned alongside Adam to play some wacky games with us all about local stuff in the Chippewa Valley. There are 3 rounds of games, and each of our contestants are playing for a local nonprofit of their choice. Whoever wins all 3 games, their nonprofit will get a free ad in Volume 1. So, Adam, let's start with you. Who are you playing for today?
Yes, I am playing for Fierce Freedom right here in Altoona, Wisconsin.
Amazing. Bonni next. Who are you playing for?
For the Chippewa Valley Free Clinic.
Fantastic. And Matt?
I am playing for the Eau Claire County Humane Society.
Fantastic.
Ooh, it's a win-win-win.
Wow,
all the way around.
win-win-win. Everybody wins. Actually, no. One person wins.
Shoot.
So, all right, let's get into it. So, round 1 is a group game. So, we're all playing this first game. Not me, just the 3 of you. And it's called Run the Numbers, okay? This is a guessing game with numbers. So you have 10 seconds to write down your answers, right? And it's kind of Price is Right style. So so it's a bunch of different numbers. The closest to the number without going over wins. And the first person to win 2 of these moves on to the final round. Goes straight to the final round. So are we ready? Are we excited?
I was born ready.
Run the numbers.
I used to skip
Ready.
class all the time and watch Price is Right.
Well, yeah, it's every sick day. It's like sick day
Yeah,
right now.
absolutely.
All right, so you have 10 seconds to write down your answers. Remember, there's a few of these. First person to get 2 wins. So, okay, first. And time. I'll hit it. The price of a 16-pound free-range turkey from Eau Claire's Bent Oak Farm at Just Local Food Co-op. The price of a 16-pound free-range turkey at Just Local. Thanksgiving. It's timely. And time. All right, let's see your answers. Adam, let's start with you.
I have no
$16.50. Okay. All right.
I just had it.
Bonni, $32.
Oh.
Almost double what Adam said. All right, Matt, what do you got?
$20.99.
$20.99. Ooh, you all were way off. The actual answer is $79.84.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So, Bonni.
That turkey will also do
Bonni
your
was
taxes.
closest. That turkey will also, yeah. He gets a little fee there too. All right, moving on. So this is the number of deer killed last year during hunting season 2019 in Eau Claire, Chippewa, and Dunn County. The number of deer killed in 2019 in our 3 counties. We're all going hunting, right? We're all hunters.
Yeah, you can imagine me in the woods, right?
I'm not a hunter. I'm not a runner. And that is time. All right, Matt, let's start with you. What do you got?
26,000? I don't know.
26,000. That's a lot of deer. All right, Bonni, let's
Oh
see.
my God.
70,000. That's
Okay.
also a lot of deer. All right, Adam, what do you got?
324?
324. Adam, you win.
That's what I figured. Price is Right rules.
The number is 7,817 deer.
Yeah, I got no
You
grasp on
guys
that
were way
at all.
off.
My husband will be so proud of me.
So what is the score? What is the score right
So Bonni has 1 and Adam has 1.
now? Okay,
So
I
the
got
first,
it.
remember, the
Pressure's
first
on.
person to win 2 goes right to the final round. Okay. All right, let's continue. This is the number of people that I saw not wearing masks at the Quick Trip on Bracket a couple weeks ago. The number of people I saw not wearing masks when I went to the Quick Trip on Bracket a couple weeks ago. And time. Let's see what we got. Adam, let's start with you.
$1, Bob.
1. Okay, 1.
Smart
Low
play,
number. All
smart
right, Bonni,
play.
what do you got? 4. Okay, all right, Matt, let's see.
It's not
3.
Good. It's not good. I got to be like right on.
The number of people I saw not wearing masks at Quick Trip on Bracket was 6.
Oh.
6 at one
Bonnie.
time.
Bonnie's got
Bonnie wins
Bonnie
the first
wins.
round. Congrats, Bonnie. You win the group game, which means you go right to the final round.
Woohoo! Woo,
How
I
you
don't
feel?
have to be a sore loser yet.
Yeah, no, not yet. So the winner, Bonnie, goes right to the final round. The two losers, Matt and Adam.
We still get to play.
You still get to play. You're
all
playing
about the
in.
game.
Let's
You're
go.
playing in round 2, which we call the losers game.
Oh.
That's a nice name. I've been playing the losers game for most of my life.
Now, Bonnie, you won round 1,
Okay.
so you don't participate in this game. But
Okay.
that doesn't mean you're totally left out. In fact, you have a pretty crucial role in this next game, which is a little bit more creative. Okay, so we're going to be coming up with the name of some food trucks here, and it's head to head, Matt versus Adam, and Bonnie, you're going to pick your favorites in each of these 3 rounds.
Oh,
Bonnie, I want you to remember our history together. Right?
We have shopped at your store many times.
I appreciate that, Bonnie. I appreciate that.
All
Clearly,
right.
I haven't, but my family has. Actually, I have.
So you have 30 seconds to write down your answers. So it's a little bit more creative. So, okay. So it's called Food Truck Frenzy, right? And so there's 3 rounds of this. Food trucks are all the rage in the Chippewa Valley, and we're going to be creating our own food trucks today. I'm going to say the style of a food truck, and you have to come up with a name for that food truck. And if you can include a local reference in there, that's bonus points, but I'll leave it up to Bonnie. So, all right, let's start with the first round. So your local food truck serves barbecue and brisket. What is it called? Time is ticking. Barbecue and brisket. Bonnie, don't you want to be thinking of barbecue and brisket right now?
My brain is dead right now.
It sounds delicious to me.
I am hungry.
Get some. We should all get some brisket after this. All right, and time. Let's see what we got here. All right, Matt, let's start with you.
Brisk Ox Barbecue.
I like that.
Ox barbecue. That's pretty good.
like
All right,
that.
Adam, what do we got?
And in the same block of South Barstow Street, we would have Raggedy Pan.
Raggedy
Oh,
Pan.
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Bonnie, what do you think? Who's do you like
bonus
better?
for the callback.
I mean, I gotta go with brisk.
Yes, you
Ox
do.
barbecue.
I would too.
All right.
I would too.
All right.
That's
All
good.
right.
Sorry.
All right. Matt wins. We have 2 more rounds though, so get another paper ready.
All right.
Here we go. All right. Second round. Your local food truck serves only vegan dishes. What is it going to be called? A vegan food truck. Has anyone tried it? Not here in the valley. Oh, there's vegan options. I like that brisk ox barbecue. I think we had a pretty good one the first time. All right, are we ready?
Ready.
All right, Matt, let's start with you again.
I don't know if
A
it's
local
obvious.
vegan dish food truck.
Yeah, I don't know if it's obvious. Vegan is not my thing. I respect them, but I just went with Green Acres. I don't know. It seems
Green
like a
Acres.
nice mentality.
I think that name is taken by a TV show in the 60s, but
I think there's been enough time.
Green
There's
Acres
been
is
enough
good.
time.
Green Acres is good. All right, Adam, let's see what you got.
And vegan isn't my thing either. I keep forgetting if cheese is included in the diet or not. But cheese, Wisconsin, don't cut the cheese.
Don't cut the cheese.
That's not
for
bad.
Green
That's not bad.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Cheese is not included in vegan.
That's why we don't need to cut it. That's why we're not cutting it.
Oh, I love the sound effect.
Thanks. We finally got to use the trombone sound. We've been waiting so long. 3 episodes. All right, Bonnie, what do you think?
Just to make it fair, I'm going to go with don't cut the cheese.
I appreciate
wouldn't
that
vote-
sympathy.
I wouldn't
Congrats.
vote for Green Acres
All
either.
right.
That was a sympathy vote.
I
there,
appreciate
Adam.
that. I've been getting a lot of those lately.
All right,
I
we're all
couldn't
tied
think
up.
of vegan puns. I couldn't think of
There's a lack of vegan puns in the Chippewa Valley.
All right, we're all tied up. Matt has one. Adam has one. This is the tiebreaker. Bonnie, you're effectively choosing who's going to face you in the final round.
I'm shaking.
So the final round is your local food truck. Adam, you're going to like this one. Only serves different kinds of cheese.
Oh.
What is your food truck called? Could be fried cheese curds. Could be mozzarella stick. Could be Kraft singles on a plate. Could just be cheese shavings directly into your mouth once the pandemic is over. Cheese food truck. It's just cheese. Nothing else. Just let the jingle play out. It is a 30-second jingle, so right when it's done, it's perfect timing. All right, let's see what we got. Adam, let's start with you. Your cheese food truck, what would it be called?
Well, we already have some branding on it as well with the icon. It's cheese on wheels.
Cheese. Oh, and he drew a little picture.
That's pretty good.
Cheese wheel
Cheese
pun.
on wheels.
Cheese
There's
on
wheels
wheels.
of cheese and wheels on the food truck.
So I want you
All
to
right, Matt, let's
imagine.
see.
I want you to imagine every time you walk up, you get hit with a resounding "Hey, baby!" Right? So I got cheddar, baby, with
Baby,
multiple Y's.
with
That's
five
in the branding.
Ys.
It's in
With
the branding.
5 Y's. Cheddar, baby.
Because when
or
you want more cheese, you say
on
yes,
wheels.
yes, yes.
You're really selling it, man. All right, Bonnie. Tough decision here. What cheese food truck is going to send one of these players to the final round?
Baby.
Trucks have wheels.
Puppies.
Oh, really? I have to do this?
Yeah, that's the hard part about winning.
Oh. Okay, I'll be cheese on wheels.
Cheese on wheels.
Oh, sorry.
Look at all the
Adam.
Ys.
I know. There's just a double entendre.
What a
there that was
disappointment.
I get
I'm
it.
sorry.
I get it.
All right, Matt, that means you lose. But that doesn't mean you're totally out either. Adam and Bonnie are going to play head-to-head in the final
right.
round. And you're going to be involved in that as well.
I'm happy to participate.
Yes. Okay, so round 3 is the winner's game. The 2 winners of the 2 games face off for ultimate victory.
Oh.
And we're doing a game called What's in the Koozie, okay? And I'm sure you're all wondering right now what's in the koozie. But it's a fast-paced kind of catchphrase style game where that koozie is full of different Chippewa Valley stuff. And Matt, you're going to be the one giving the clues to Bonnie and Adam. So,
Oh, Lordy.
Here we go.
It's a bunch of different Chippewa Valley stuff. So whoever gets the most right in 2 minutes wins the entire thing,
So
and their nonprofit gets
I have to
free ad.
describe it. It's like charades kind
Yeah,
of. Right?
you have to
Right.
just describe it without saying the actual thing.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Okay. And 2 minutes on the clock. Matt, go.
This is an all-male a cappella group at the university.
Fifth Element.
Nope.
Ooh,
Oh.
Statesman.
No. Keep going.
In Sync.
Pass.
You can throw it out if you want.
Throw it out.
Could be.
This is a place to get great fish in Chippewa. Also, some say it's haunted, and they have a great
Shealy
old
House.
fashioned. You got it, Bonnie. You got
One
it.
for Bonnie.
It's haunted?
It is
Yes.
hard.
It is haunted. Menominee, Stout, the mascot of Stout.
The Blue Devil.
One
You
for
got it,
Adam.
baby.
One for Adam.
Bon Iver's drummer, also a solo artist, has a
Sean
fantastic.
Carey.
You got it.
Ooh, 2 for Bonnie. 1 for Adam.
This is a beautiful thing. People ride down on wood planks very fast.
A
Like
roller
Street Hill.
coaster.
No, but it's the name of the one in town. There's an
Oh,
international.
the Silvermine ski jump.
You got it. You
got
got
it,
it, Bonnie.
Bonnie.
You got it. You're
That's
on fire.
3.
This is one of my favorite haunts on Water Street. Not a place you'd go to.
The
to
Pickle.
Be with college. No, absolutely not.
Oh, sorry.
But it's near the Pickle, and they got great deal on
Barachos.
beer
Oh.
and,
Burrito
and
X.
pitchers.
No.
Euro
You
King.
can drink there like your Bukowski, 50 cents at
Mogies.
happy hour. It's-
Mogies.
Oh, the Pioneer.
No. It's a really cool place. They got barbershop chairs. There's like 4 tables,
Stars-
but man, they
no.
make them count.
Not Mogies.
Oh my gosh, Bonnie.
What
I
a-
can't believe you're not getting this.
Oh, barber chairs? You mean dentist chair? No.
I-
On Water Street?
I've never had my hair serviced there, but I believe they are.
Star Sister?
30 seconds left.
No, they have Grain Belt on tap. No light beer.
It's not the joint.
It is the joint.
It is
joint.
joint. That's 4 for Bonnie.
You said
yeah.
food.
Say no light beer first next time,
Okay,
please.
yes, sorry
20
about
seconds,
that.
20
This
seconds.
this is a body of water that looks like something in the sky. Carson Park is by it.
Oxbow.
Half Moon Lake.
You
Yes,
got it.
That.
Ooh, Adam.
This is a town out
10
past
seconds.
Altoona. It's 7 miles
Elk
from
Mountain.
Altoona. Falker, you got
Fall
it.
Creek. 5.
This is
4,
this is
3.
an eatery. It used to be a Dairy Queen, but now they had to change the name.
Roadside Diner.
You got it.
Ooh, okay, time. All right, Adam, you got 3.
My heart is
Bonnie,
racing.
Bonnie, you got 5.
Yes.
So, Bonnie, you
Good
are the
job,
ultimate
Bonnie.
winner. Congrats to Bonnie.
Yay!
And congrats to the Chippewa Valley Free Clinic.
Yes.
For that free
Good
I don't know what it
game.
says about both of you.
Awesome.
The joint took you a while.
I
That
know.
was-
I
Sorry.
thought I heard food
Can we cut
in
that
there
out?
somewhere.
I couldn't believe you didn't get
Don't
that.
cut it
Bonnie.
out because my clues were impeccable.
Yeah.
No, did
I
you say
know.
something about food?
I don't know. I was really rattling off a lot.
You all did a fantastic job. Thank you so
sorry.
much. Outstanding work, everybody. Truly. We've got to take a break, but I want to thank all of our guests one more time. Thank you, Adam. Thank you,
Thank
Bonnie.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Matt.
you.
It was a pleasure to have y'all on the podcast. I hope you had a good time. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
Yeah, Fresco Savage.
Nick, let's talk about one of the sponsors of the Volume 1 podcast, Royal Credit Union.
I would love to, actually, because Royal Credit Union has been a partner of Volume 1 since very early days. They were the first main sponsor of our Sounds Like Summer concert series in Phoenix Park on Thursday nights. They've been a part of this community for decades, and really they were a major leader in the current renaissance you are seeing in downtown Eau Claire.
Yeah, they were one of the first big buildings down there, beautiful buildings.
They made
downtown.
the investment that made Phoenix Park even possible. They led the way in a major way, and you talk about like responsible corporate citizenship of the community. RCU is like one of Eau Claire's beacon shining lights as far as that goes.
Absolutely.
So they've supported so much stuff in the community, including this podcast now, which is awesome, and so many things that Volume 1 has done, but really so much more than that. And I just can't say enough good things about Royal Credit Union. I've been a lifelong customer. All of Volume 1's business loans and for the local store, our construction, everything has been through RCU, car loans, all that kind of stuff. So it's just a great organization.
They're awesome down there.
They are. So, I mean, you can check them out. If you haven't heard of them, I don't know where you've been living because they employ hundreds of people in this town. But visit them at rcu.org.
Welcome back to the Volume 1 podcast, folks. Gosh, that was fun.
I can't believe how long it takes everybody to think of the joint. They listed every place on Water Street.
I thought, putting the joint in there was going to be like, oh, they're just that'll be a quick
It's a
one.
slam
Just
dunk.
an easy layup.
It's a cultural embarrassment
Yeah.
that they, yeah.
It's been closed for so long, people just forgot
It's
that
true,
it
yeah.
exists.
It's everything's
including
falling off
Bonni. I can't believe it. Oh, but okay. Well, Nick, how you feeling about everything?
It was great. Good episode. It was great to hear from Adam and
Yeah.
more about the culture that they've built through Blue Ox and how they're
So
hanging
cool.
on through the pandemic and everything. So.
This is a good-looking man. I'm jealous.
You talk a lot about how good-looking our guests are.
I can't help myself. Everybody's beautiful. Folks, as always, make sure you click subscribe wherever it is you listen to podcasts. We're out there on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google, Stitcher, Facebook, volume1.org, of course. There's so many ways to listen. We really appreciate it. Leave us some ratings and reviews, especially if you can type a little review. It helps the algorithm a little bit. 5 stars would be amazing.
It would
I
be
don't want
nice,
to twist
yeah.
anyone's arm, but 5 stars. Think about it.
Think of the effort. The effort.
Yeah, it really goes a long way. Again, we want to thank Adam Condit once again for stopping by and having a great combo. Shout out to our panelists, Matt Hasenmueller and Bonni Knight. Love those two. They were so funny together. I want to thank our sponsors once again, of course, DeborahBecker.com, selling State Farm Insurance, Royal Credit Union, and the Chippewa Valley Eye Clinic. Thank you so much for your support. This means so much. And as always, if you have any feedback about the podcast, folks you'd like to see us have on or games we should play, whatever, you want to tell me, that you don't like my weird face, you want to tell me that I'm not good at this, please, I welcome it.
I do it all the time.
You can't hurt me. Feel free to drop me a line directly at my email at eric@volume1.org. Thanks to Nick, of course, Joel and Alex on production and tech. Thanks to Chase for the sponsorships and everybody that contributed to this thing. For the Volume 1 podcast, I'm Eric Christensen. See you next time.